Hello, Donovan from Rapid Roof Repair. This is Joel from JND SEO. We spoke briefly earlier, so I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can beat your competition online. And I don't want to waste your time, so I'll make this as quick as possible. But at the end of the video, you want to hear more information, let's just set up a quick phone call. I can answer any questions for you. If not, no problem. I'm actually going to give you some free tips in here that you could use for your site. All right, so the first thing we'll talk about is content, and then we're going to talk about citations, and then we'll talk about backlinks and referring domains. So first things first, we're going to talk about content. So I'm just kind of looking at your page here. I want to see roughly how many words of content you do have on here. Google recommends having about 1,500 to 2,000 words. The reason that they want so much is they know if a website has that much content, they're giving a lot kind of back out towards, people looking on Google, and that's what they really want. And Google is going to rank you higher the more content you do have on there. The other option is if you have a blog. Google actually really loves blogs because they accomplish the same thing where they give a lot of information and tips out and educate people, and that's what they really want. And what I'm actually going to do throughout this is I'm going to compare with one of the top ones in the area. Monarch Roofing is one of the top results for actual companies showing up here. And the reason why we're comparing there is because they're the ones that we want to beat. And to be honest, as we go through, I'll show you that why I think they actually aren't going to be that hard to catch on the first page. Here we go. So if we look at their page, Monarch, we can tell they also do not have 15 or 2,000 words of content on here. And we can tell that we also don't see a blog, which tells us right away if we can get the content up on any homepage, we should be able to catch them as well as a few other things. The idea really is to beat them in all of the 3 subjects that we're going to talk about today. And if you do that, you should have no problem beating Monarch. All right, but the other big reason that you do want a lot of content is the more content you have, the more keywords or key phrases you can put on into that content. You can only put so much per content. Some people actually make the mistake of thinking they can just throw words in. Doesn't work that way. But 150 people every month do search this exact keyword, Myrtle Beach Roofing. First thing they're going to find are these ads at the top of the page. Second thing they're going to see is this map section. We're going to find the top 3 companies showing up in the map section, also called GMB or Google My Business. And this is going to bring us to our second topic, which is citations. We know that these are here based on that, and these are all citations are just when you get your business name, address, and phone number, those 3 things all listed together into a directory site. These are sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor, just to name a few. You can also use social media for this. If you link like a business page from Facebook, like a Facebook business page, you can also make a Instagram page and link it. You can do the same with LinkedIn, Twitter, all of those. And if you link those back, those are websites pointing back, which strengthens your site, and Google will rank you higher because of that. Next, we're going to find the organic section, so we start seeing results show up. These are all in reference to our key phrase, Myrtle Beach Roofing, so we can rank the results. So number 1 for Myrtle Beach Roofing is the Better Business Bureau, which is a directory, and we'll talk in a minute about why that's a really good thing. Number 2 is Myrtle Beach Roofing, and 3 is Monarch Roofing, which is our subject that we're using here. They're the top 3 for this specific keyword. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to take your website, rapidroofrepairsSC.com. I'm going to plug it into a program I use called Ahrefs. It's going to tell me a little bit more about your site and how it's performing. I can see at the top you've got your headers on the page. That's a good thing with your business name as well as a few keywords. That's a good thing. It allows Google to find you a little bit easier. And then next I want to just dive into our backlinks and referring domains. These really work hand in hand. What we can see now is right now you guys do have 1 referring domain. So referring domains are just websites that you have links on. People click those links. It redirects them back to your page, which in your case is rapidroofrepairs.sc.com. So you can have more than 1 link per website. That's what you're seeing here. The actual links are the backlinks, which go back to your site. And so on your 1 site that you do have links, you have 6 actual links on that site. So for our example, a Facebook business page, that Facebook itself would be the referring domain or your Facebook business page. The actual link would be the link you would put in for like my website, and you'd obviously put my Rapid Roof Repairs. When someone clicks it, obviously, they go back to your site. The more referring domains and links you have pointing back, the more sites you have pointing back to your page, the more trust you build with Google, which is going to be this number. Right now, we can see yours isn't even really registering. And the higher this number is, though, the more keywords you can be found for. Right now, unfortunately, you're not being found for any keywords. And because of that, keywords what really bring in the visitors. So because there's no keywords, we're not seeing any visitors coming to your site right now either. And you could be getting a few from any other avenue, such as ads, for instance, or potentially you could get some from your Google My Business. I know you weren't in the top 3 for the search we did. Doesn't mean for a different keyword you wouldn't show up for that. So we're going to hop over to Monarch just to give you a comparison. We can see, again, they've got their headers up here, similar to what you guys have going on. They've got 368 referring domains, sending back over 2,000 links to your site, to their site. And their trust right now is a 38, which is a pretty good number. That's allowing them to be found for 394 keywords. And that's bringing them right now about 472 visitors to their site every single month. All right, so what we're going to do next, I was going to show you your keywords too, but unfortunately, since you didn't have any showing up right now, I'll just show you Monarchs to give you some ideas. So the first thing we see is their business name with a bunch of these. So let's go to this one because it's got a specific location. I like these ones a little better because you know anyone who calls, you can help because it's in a location you work. So Monarch Roofing, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. 70 people search this exact keyword like that every month. They are in the first position, so 10 results show up per page. We know that. So if you want to be on the first page for any keyword, you just have to be in the top 10. Obviously, number 1 is the best that you could be. So right now, we see that for this one, they are number 1. Now, number 1 is going to get you between 20 and 35% of the actual volume searching it coming to your site. So right now, we can see they're getting 22 visitors from this 70 that are actually coming to their site. And then if we take off South Carolina and just do Myrtle Beach, so number 1 for that too. For this one, there's 80 people who search it. They're number 1 again. They're getting 12 of the 80. So as these numbers, as you're further down the list, the percentage does drop. So if I show you Myrtle Beach Roofing, which we know is a really good one from what we use, 150 people search it every month. This is what new customers would be searching. They're number 6, so they're only actually getting 8 of the 150. So you can see the percentage dropped off quite a bit there. And that's just because they're number 6, but they are on the first page. We've actually found 80 to 85% of people will not go to page 2, so you really do want to be in the top 10 for anything that you're trying to get customers from. And just as a quick example, this isn't a good keyword, but you can see they're number 14 here. And of the 200, they're getting like 1 and change actual visitors of the 200. So it's you might get 1 or 2 if you're on the top of page 2, but it's going to be actually, here's a better one. Roofing, Wilmington, North Carolina. And out of the 150 who search it, they're number 11, puts them right at the top of page 2. They're getting about 2 visitors, 2.5 visitors per month from the 150. So it's a much smaller percentage. All right, so we've talked now about content, citations, and backlinks. We did show you your page. Now that you have the info, there's really 3 things you can do with it, like we talked about. Number 1, if you're happy with where you're at, you don't have to do anything with the information, obviously. Number 2, if you have someone you're working with, you could show them the video, see if they can maybe pull some tips out of here and improve your site. Number 3, if you are looking to grow your business, want more customers, and maybe either you don't have anyone you're working with or you're not happy with them, I'm here to answer any questions for you. Feel free to reach out. I will follow up with you just to see if you found this video informational, if you found it helpful. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. Have a great day.